My name's Nicola, and my husband and his brother have been farming here in Devon for over 30 years. We've got organic beef and sheep farm covering about 500 acres. So when I met my husband and I started working here on the farm, I noticed that there was a bottle in the medicine cabinet which was a homeopathic remedy. I asked him about it. He'd been recommended it by another farmer and it supported the cattle's immune system. I was curious as to what homeopathy was, didn't know anything about it, went away, researched it, Googled it, found out a bit of information and found a course that helped farmers understand what homeopathy was. And I just carried on finding out more and more about it. I went on that course and now we use homeopathy all the time on the farm. One of the things that we use homeopathy for on the farm is to treat orf in the sheep. Orf is a bit like a cold sore. So the lambs get like cold sores around their mouth. It becomes very painful for them. They don't like to feed. And when they try to suckle the ewe, it transfers the cold sores to the ew's udder. And then she doesn't like to feed the lambs either. So it becomes a real problem and they can lose lots of weight, lots of condition. Orf is commonly known by farmers as wildfire because it spreads really, really quickly. Using the orf remedies that we have, we find that it can get control of orf within about 48 hours. I was really surprised. We had a situation once with a cow with a large hematoma, like a big blood blister, which was growing and growing. The vet had a look at it and he thought that there was no way that this was treatable and that she would have to be put down within a few days. We used a homeopathic remedy and gradually, but obviously, that hematoma shrank and shrank and shrank and that cow is now absolutely fine. I think it's really important for us to realise that homeopathy is hugely beneficial in many ways. So many farmers are trying to reduce their reliance on antibiotics. Many people are trying to reduce their reliance on antibiotics. So it allows us to reduce our reliance on antibiotics by having something different that we can use. From a farming perspective, if we use antibiotics in the animals, there is a withdrawal period before we can put those animals into the food chain. With homeopathy, there's no residue of the medicine left in the animal, and there is no risk to us putting that meat into the food chain. So that's a massive benefit to us as well. In terms of cost, homeopathy is much, much cheaper than conventional medicine. That's not why we use it, but it's an advantage to us. I think I'm still learning when it comes to homeopathy. I think you continue learning all the time. We will now always think of homeopathy first before we think what else we can do. Even if it's a situation where I know we've got to call the vet immediately, I'm still thinking, is there anything homeopathic that I can use in the meantime? You can't go wrong with homeopathy, really. I think the only thing you need to remember is to make sure that you do get your vet involved when you need to. I definitely recommend homeopathy to other farmers. It's cost effective, it's better than using antibiotics if you don't need to use those antibiotics. It's better for the environment and I think it's just a really good and very often quick method of treating our animals and keeping them healthy.